Rightio, so with the changes in 3.24, we're also looking at a number of changes to Atlas passives. Now, for anyone who isn't aware, we'll now have the option to have 3 separate Atlas trees, and we'll be able to select that at our map device, which we weren't able to previously do. So, in the essence of the league launch coming up, and to give you guys a bit of a sort of run of what I'll be doing, I've actually put together 3 different variants of trees. Now, for anyone who doesn't know where you can do this, you just go to a website called poeplanner.com. The JSON files got released yesterday with the league announcement, so that's now been updated for the new Atlas passive tree, and so I've went and done that. And so we're going to talk about 3 different combinations that I'll be running most likely throughout the league, pending any other changes or whatnot that might happen, or if I get bored and want to play other different content. Just to preface this, every single one of these trees has Delve in them, because I intend to play Delve all throughout the league. So if you don't like Delve, just remove Delve out of them and then have that. But let's talk about it. Okay, so I've deliberately assumed that you may not get maximum points. So I've only done 125 points of 132. And obviously, like, I'm not going to give you, like, step-by-step, this is what you should do. I'll give you a walkthrough of how you should level it. But it's up to you, ultimately, depending on what content you want to attack or whatnot. Completely up to you. Now, this particular tree is designed around early map completion, delve scarabs, because we want to accumulate early scarabs and essences, so that you can get early ability to craft really good gear if you're going to go that route, or you can then sell essences as well and make currency. Take your pick, either or, pick your poison. So basically, we start off here where we normally start when we get to mapping. And then we go up and take Prolific Essence. We'll go up and grab Frantic Mining. This is going to give you 20% chance to have maps with Nico. You'll also notice the nodes here are also gone. There used to be a bunch of nodes here that gave you like increased probability for Masters to rock up in missions. Because Masters are no longer realistically a thing, all mechanics are the same playing field. They've removed that. And then basically we come up and we grab these nodes here for shaping of the mountains, and also pack with energy and guarded hordes. Now the reason we go to shaping of the mountains is simplistically this is going to give you a quick elevation for higher tier maps as you progress your atlas. So this is going to get your map completion up. Then I come across and grab Skittering Swarms. This increases your early Scarab drop rate and also mounting modifiers as well. This is going to do the same. It's going to increase modifier effectiveness on your maps, because we no longer have Wandering Path as well. That's been removed from the game. So they've put these new nodes into the Atlas as well. Then we're going to Cryptic Gateway over to the other side, and I've got it set to come down. We'll grab more Shaping of the Skies, so that we can get more of our higher level percentage completion of maps and drop rates increased. We go across to Significant Troves, which means unique monsters in your maps have 200% chance to increase the drop of Scarabs, i.e. unique monsters being map bosses. And then basically you can choose to come up and grab Crystal Resonance, and this is going to give you more access to essences. Though I'd probably do this later on, and I'd continue to progress up this tree line here if you're going to play Delve specifically, which will be in my early Delve guide around what I usually do to get early Delve progression. So then we'll come up and grab Mining Byproducts. There's no real change there. I do come in and grab all these Shaping of the Worlds nodes, extra Karak mission as well, so Commissioned Officer. So this is going to give you that one extra mission, which may seem really stupid, but it does get you access to map completion quicker. Right, that's the goal when you're early leveling. And then I'll grab the higher map chance nodes in here, bold undertakings and or overloaded circuits as well. Yep. So probably actually don't need that though, but I'm going to keep it in there anyway. So then we progress from mining byproducts. We'll come up and we'll grab sulfite and fusion. I then have a bit of progression around the nodes here to grab the 1% item quantity as well. We'll talk about these nodes in the third Atlas tree that I'm going to present as well. And then we come up and we grab Singular Carapaces. Now I've got Scarabs dropping your maps have 100% more likely chance to be Reliquary Scarabs just because of unique drops. You might get good uniques earlier on, give you a better shot of getting leveling uniques and things like that. Well, better leveling uniques as you progress in maps for maybe your second character or to sell, things like that. Then I also go to Amplified Energies as well. This gives us more essences and higher possible tiers of essence drops too. Then I come across and I then focus in Chittering Champions and Remarkable Relics. In particular, final map boss in each map has 25% chance to drop additional Scarabs. That's really useful. Scarabs are going to be like a big thing this league, and the better your drop rate of Scarabs, the more currency you're most likely going to make from it. I like to farm maps with Maven. So I've got the most toys. Defeating a map boss while witnessed by the Maven has a 10% chance to count against witnessing an additional random boss. Now, if I was going to progress this a few more nodes, then I go destructive play as well, and that's going to amp that up further. In fact, I'll leave that to you guys if you want to do that. And then I come across and grab Chiseled Perfection, and this gives an amplification of map modifiers as well. Now, you could also divert from here and take Eldritch Altars if you didn't want to take Maven. I usually go Maven, and then I just buy Ickers and whatnot. A little bit of a janky website sometimes. And then basically I'd come back down and then finalize and get my crystallized resonances. Up to you. However you want to progress it is entirely up to you. But that's the first tree. So I'll put a link to this tree in the POB, in the link in the description. So let's talk about the second tree. Okay, so the second tree is actually going to be focused around Delve, Breach, and Scarabs. The reason why I want to play Breach this league is in particular it's going to be way better than what it was in previous leagues with auto triggering of breaches. Potentially it's going to be really good, and the accessibility of Scarabs is going to make it pretty fruitful as well. So in this case, this assumes like you would have done the first tree, and I would recommend doing the first tree for early map completion, but you'll notice I've dropped off a lot of these different nodes, and I've dropped off the gateway as well. And so basically you come up, you want to block in this case, Ultimatum, because I don't want to waste my time with Ultimatum. I don't want to waste my time with Blight. I don't farm Blight. And I don't want to waste my time with Ritual. I don't farm any of those mechanics. Though Heist and Delirium, they're usually pretty good. So, you know, we'll keep those. But we're blocking those mechanics. Then I'd come down and convert to have breaches. So a higher probability of breaches being in maps. I'd then go up and get my Skittering Swarms, increase Scarab production in maps as well. Shaping the mountains just to keep my higher map drops going. And so you would probably move this off later on if you want to divert the tree to something else. Then because I'm going to focus Delve, I'm going to go with Pack with Energy and Guarded Hordes again. Then we're going to come out and we're going to grab Tortured Dream. And the reason why I say that is it's just a higher percent chance for breaches to be Chayula. And Chayula has way better drops. So, and way better gear they can drop from Chayulas. And they generally, the breach stones, whatnot, are a lot more expensive from there. But that's my preference. If you like farming different variants like Zoth or whatever, and it really depends on the prices of what gear is going to be this league, then by all means go absolutely Burko on that. And then I go up and grab Price of Progression as well, and this is a new node. This wasn't in the tree before. Voltaxic Sulfide Veins and chests found in your maps contain Doom Spirits. Don't know what that is yet. We'll find out, because I'm going to play Delve. Then we come back across. We're going to grab Call of Eshtayula. Weird names. Yeah, it just means you've got more breach hands and open hands as well. Then we come down, we'll grab Shaping of the World and the two higher map drop chance nodes. Then we go and grab Mining Byproducts. We come up, we grab these nodes up here for item quant. We'll then come up and grab Power Struggle. We'll grab Heavy Breaches, pardon me, and Flash Breach. And then we'll come up and grab Sulfite and Fusion. We'll go up and get Singular Carapaces again because I just think it's a really cool node. I like Reliquary Scarabs. Then we come up and we grab the Scarab nodes again, and we travel all the way down into Within Their Grasp, and then Eye of Invasion. So your maps contain breaches that have 4% chance to have additional breaches. So there's a high probability of more breaches dropping within a match, and this is just going to give you basically every map you're going to run is going to have a breach almost. And then breach bosses defeated in your maps have 4% chance to drop breach stones. So we're going to farm breach stones with this strategy as well, and that's going to be really profitable if we're playing breach. I really want to play Breach. I think Breach is really cool. I was a big fan of Breach League. And then we come up and we grab Otherworldly Artifacts. So breaches in your maps have 20% increased monster density. And breach monsters in your maps have 50% increased chance to drop breach unique items. So then we can farm breach uniques and sell them. And lastly, they're really expensive. Though they might be more attainable this league, I think they're still going to be worth something. So I'm keen for that. Maven with most toys. As I said before, you can get Destructive Play. And then we come across and get Chiseled Perfection. And that pretty much does it for that. So this is like a Delve Breach Scarab approach, and still gives you a bit of map progression. The last one is probably where I'll get when I get bored of Breach, and it's going to be a lot of fun, considering the changes to Ubers now as well. Okay, so map variation 3 is going to be Delve, Boss Rush, and Scarabs. I keep thinking that they're called Scarabs. I don't know why that just sticks with me. Anyway, so we're going to go up through the normal lines and grab Frantic Mining. Then we'll block Ritual, we'll block Blight, and we'll block Ultimatum. I just like any of those mechanics. That's personal preference. You can change it if you want. And then I'll go and grab my Skittering Swarms into Shaping of the Mountains. I just like that node. It's really good. Then I'll grab my Guarded Hordes and Pack with Energy up into the Price of Progress. Then we focus on getting mining byproducts and overloaded circuits and bold undertakings. So you could just remove those and save 2 points. So nothing's stopping you from doing that. Then with this one in here, I'm then going to pump up my item quality all the way through and go through the 3 Essence nodes here, and then grab the increased rarity and item quantity as well. Then we grab Sulfite Infusion. I then have Explorative Carpusses with Cartography Scarabs as well as Singular Scarabs. And so now we go up into boss territory. So I still want to focus on Scarabs because that's the focus of this tree. Then I'm going to grab all these, pardon me, effect nodes here. I'll then come up and grab all my Conquered or Conquerors nodes. So map bosses have a 100% increased chance to drop a Conqueror map. Like, that's a really damn good chance. Makes it really, like, this league's going to be really good with Boss Rush. I feel like Boss Rush is going to be the go for this league. But anyway. And then we come down and we'll grab the Maven nodes as well. So higher chance to get access to Maven and a better Maven encounter. I just really like these nodes. League on League, I play this. I used to be like an altar farmer, and now I'm like, oh, I don't mind having Maven empowered maps. Then we come up and we grab all the nodes for Remnants of the Past. This is going to give you an increased chance for Guardian and Elder Guardian maps, or Shaped Guardians and Elder Guardian maps to drop from your map bosses. And the same applies with Vivid Memories, and this is going to give you access to Synthesis maps. So the other big change they made now is Cortex no longer drops from your like global drop pool. You have to actually farm the 4 like adjoining maps or the 4 sub maps to get a Cortex map drop. That was one of the patch notes that I noticed as well. So this will just mean that you just have to do a little more synthesis farming to get access to the Cortex boss fight, which is probably going to increase the price of items like Bottled Faith and stuff like that too, and Ephemeral Garb and all that sort of jazz if you're playing like GA builds and or having GAs in your build. And then I've also got Chiseled Perfection, and then I go and take the effect nodes leading down here too to increase my effect. Now you'll notice there's no more Wandering Path or anything like that. It's not in the game anymore, but they've sort of juiced up these nodes and juiced up these nodes in here as well, so we don't have to do things like Wandering Path. I actually like this change because I like playing PoE like this. Like I was never a huge fan of Wandering Path in the first place. So like from my personal opinion, I think it's way better. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels way better. Now, conversation topic around early mapping and getting access to early maps. So you'll notice in the first POB that I presented, like there's a focus to get early maps. The way that I generally tend to do it will be to go down and delve, push delve, get a little bit of progression in delve, which is why I focus it, and farm cities. Cities and delve are really good at dropping maps. They drop a ton of maps, and I don't think they've actually, I can't see anything in the patch notes where that's been alluded to, that change. But if you want to know how delvers complete their map atlas passives, or their atlas passive tree, we basically blast delve, we get to early cities. They start after like, I think, depth 80 or something like that. 50 to 80 you get Val cities and abyssal cities. And then from like 130 is when you get kings and stuff. I think it was like 112 to 130 was kings or something like that, which is your primeval ruins. But any of those cities, really good to farm early on. You're going to get a ton of maps early on. That's going to get you map progression. And the other thing is, if you hit the inevitable drought when you're mapping, if you're farming delve and you get access to those lower depth cities, they have a proclivity to drop red tier maps, which is going to push you out of your drought. So if you get stuck, go down in a delve, farm some delve, and then get red maps out of the cities, and then come back up, and that'll help you push your tree as well. That's my little tip and secret. I don't think I've put that in a video before, but there'll be a delve progression guide coming out anyway. But I thought this would be a really cool video just to share. So anyway, all 3 of these PoE planners are going to be, with the Atlas trees, are going to be in the description below. And now we can rig all 3 trees. So have at. You can modify them however you want, adjust them. This is what I'm going to be doing. Up to you what you want to do from that point. Anyway, if you like this type of video, don't forget to like and sub. Don't forget to follow the channel. Don't forget to follow the Twitch. Don't forget to follow the X. Any other social medias, I've got linked down there. And anyway, until the next one, I'll see you guys later. And also bear in mind, I've got a few League starter guides coming out as well, 2 at this stage. And you'll see me on stream leveling up Shield Crush because I'm going to do a updated League Start guide for that build. It's a really good build. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.